Second question. My situation is now that I'm in another country that I love, Spain and Madrid. I was born enjoying good comforts with real estate properties, a company, etc. I have moved to Spain, a country where I feel joyful, and have been caught in guilt about how to live and generate financial income. It's that during the day, when you wake up between sleeping and waking up, and in the morning, there are several overwhelming, repetitive ideas about what should I do? How am I going to make a living? What will be the undertaking in this new country? The house and the city where I'm going to live. So that was another question. So how is all this digested? How do I get rid of this? So if you look at what you've written here, you'll see the theme underlying it, if you can, that it's asking, how do I do this as a separate being? So how do I find a way to make a living? How do I live in this new country? Even how do I get rid of these repetitive thoughts? And noticing that those are questions coming from our imaginary separate self that needs to know what to do, wants to know what to do. How do I sort this out? And you're shifting over to a recognition of who you really are. And even if that hasn't been a clear seeing for you yet, still the desire to recognize it is beginning to bring it about. And this, what should I do? It's really needs to be examined. You, the infinite awareness, consciousness, self, God, noumenon, presence, divinity, whatever you want to call that. And I'm just going to call it awareness for now. You aren't doing anything as awareness. Awareness is just aware. It's not doing anything. We get confused here. We get tangled up because it feels like we're doing. This is where we still identify as with the body. When the body does something or the mind does something, we buy this idea, thought arises in the mind, I did that. So the body moves to do something and thought says, I did that, or I made that happen. But really, that's just a thought in the mind. And there's no evidence at all to prove that you're doing anything. In fact, if we were to self-inquire right now and look and see what we actually are, the awareness, we could prove that you're not doing anything at all. All is done inside you, the forms that are appearing and moving around. So how do I get rid of these problems? Even how do I get rid of the thoughts about problems and what to do? It's just to be yourself, to be the self. Or if that isn't so clear right now what that means, just to look at awareness, consciousness, silence, stillness, presence, whatever we want to call that, and really look at it. That which is aware of what your ears are hearing right now, is it doing anything? And the silence, we could also call awareness silence, same thing, the stillness. The contextual field in which all this is arising. What is it doing? Could it do anything? And incredible as it seemed to me, I had to let go of this idea that I'm doing anything at all. Somehow, when I recognize who I really am, everything gets done. And everything gets done. The body moves spontaneously, the mind moves. The life force is there to do what needs to be done, all of it. And to recognize that you are not doing anything is only what's true anyway. My mind said, if you let go of thinking you're doing anything, then nothing at all will happen. The body will just stop. Nothing will get done. You won't care about anything. You won't care about the kids. You won't care about the school run, work, anything. And it seemed a very risky prospect. But as I started to let go bit by bit, okay, can I just let go of thinking I'm doing one area of my life? So I started with some area and gradually, let go of all thinking in this area. And what I found, of course, is that my life didn't stop or get worse. It actually got a lot better, and the body gets things done now, spontaneously, efficiently, so much more done. And somehow even more time to sit and rest and just be, whether that's watching the telly or sitting in meditation or reading something or talking with someone. It's just more time and more, less effort, no effort at all to do something. The body sometimes doesn't get tired at all. So taking attention away from the outer situation and bringing it to the central crux of which all these outer situations are a reflection. And this is the idea that we are doing, we are the doer. There's a separate self here imagined, and it imagines it's doing something. Thoughts about doing something are not really actual doing. The body's doing, the mind's moving, the mind's thinking, and thought says, I did that. But I have no idea what words are going to come out of my mouth in this next sentence, and neither do you if you're honest. What's going to come out of your mouth. And it's only a thought that claims that it's you're the cause of all that. And perhaps you are as the infinite self. Somehow all this is happening inside you, but all this being the entire universe. But you're not doing it as a separate person. If you were, we'd all be in trouble, right? We'd forget to breathe and blink and goodness knows what else, make our heart beat, regulate all our body systems. We'd be in a lot of trouble. So I'd really question this. Are you actually doing anything? If you can see the underlying theme behind your question, how do I figure this out? The doer also hides out as the decider of decisions. I'm deciding these decisions. No, you're not. The decisions are just arising. A lot of thoughts. What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Should I do this? What about this? What about this? And finally, I'll do this. A decision thought. And you've watched them all from awareness. When you get this, you can just wait, relax and wait for this decision thought to pop up that says, this is what I'm going to do, or the body just moves. The thinker of thoughts, the decider of decisions, and the doer of actions are all the same non-existent entity. And we can also add into that the believer of beliefs. There isn't one. There's just attention going to belief.